So let's take a look at the wife of Bath's tale. Remember, we have multiple people already there. We have Allison, who is the wife of Bath, talking. And turns out she's talking to the partner. Remember the partner? Remember what Chaucer thought of him? He didn't like him very much because he was a swindler, he was a thief, he was a con artist. But notice he's planning on something this year, and we see that in the quotes. He says, "Madam, by God and by St. John, that's noble preaching no one could surpass. I was about to take a wife, alas." So the partner has goals then to get married this year. And Allison says to him, though, "You wait. My story's not begun. You'll taste another brew before I've done. You'll find it doesn't taste as good as ale." So she's not reassuring him there. She's saying, maybe you might want to reconsider. Especially when we start to think about his personality and we start to get into this tale. She probably, after a couple of days, has already, seen his mettle. And so she knows what kind of guy he is. So he responds to her, "Madam, I put it to you as a prayer. Go on as you began. Tell us your tale. Spare not for any men. Instruct us younger men in your technique." Do you think he's being respectful at that point? When you know about what kind of swindler he is to begin with, that gives you the impression he's probably mocking her a bit. Go ahead, tell us your story. You've probably got nothing worthwhile to say. And she says, "Gladly, if you'll let me speak. But still, I hope the company won't reprove me, though I should speak as fantasy may move me. Please don't be offended by my views. They're really only offered to amuse." This part right up here at the beginning, "Gladly, if you'll let me speak," sort of gives you the impression that she's a little annoyed with this guy. Okay, she's also being fairly blunt and saying, this is just a story I've made up. Don't take offense at it. Don't be upset by it, but she's not particularly happy with him. Then she goes on to talk about Ptolemy. See there? And she says, "And those who won't be warned by other men shall suffer their correction. So Ptolemy is sent in his connection." You read his Almagest. You'll find it there. So we sort of see her referencing something that somebody should already know if they're learned people, which that's the feeling. When you're making an argument, usually it's an effective method to bring out somebody who's an expert. So if she's saying, if you're not going to be listen to me, then at least listen to Ptolemy. You've already read his work. Okay, so she's mentioning Ptolemy as the expert, sort of like referencing Einstein or Benjamin Franklin, some expert in an area. And this is called an allusion. Whenever you refer to famous authors, famous cultural icons, famous paintings, whatever, then most people should probably know, because she's not explaining them at this point. She's just referencing them. That's called an allusion. Okay, you see that down here at the bottom. So she makes an allusion to Ptolemy at this point. All right. For homework, you should do the next RCQ. I will see you tomorrow.